So there are a lot of possible obstacles that you may have to overcome to live this RV lifestyle full time, as well as some of these apply to part-time travel as well in the RV. You may think about some of these, but some of these I guarantee you're probably not thinking about all the time, and we're going to cover those for you today to give you an upper hand if you're thinking about full-time or part-time travel in the RV, and the obstacles that you may have to overcome, adapt, and overcome. That's the name of the game today. Home on the Hitch. Stick around. All right, good morning, world. This is a new day. Welcome home on the Hitch. My name's Thomas. If you are new here, make sure you check us out and hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. You got to be a little flexible in this RV lifestyle. Sometimes things change, sometimes you expect them, sometimes you don't. Trying to adapt and overcome. Right now, I've got to get up and sweep off the slide out, so. Oh, there's a dog.
Are you talking to yourself?
Yes, I am. Talking to myself. There's Mel. That's what she looks like in the morning. Beautiful as ever. Amazing. Finished tidying up in here and securing things down and get hooked up. Sounds pretty good. So we're getting ready to head home for a few days to see family, kind of hang out. And that's one of the ones that really is going to apply to full-time RV living, is being homesick from your friends and family. If you have adult children or something like that, and you're going to be far away from them, you need to figure out if that's something you can handle. Right, Mel?
That's right. You also have to consider your aging parents.
So that is definitely, I think, an obstacle that a lot of people may not factor in, but definitely homesick. So something else that can be put into the family category for obstacles to overcome when you're thinking about full-time in an RV is, what does your family actually think about it? You might have some family members that think you've absolutely lost your mind for wanting to try that lifestyle, and that could cause some issues. So you need to consider that. Dynamic is different for every situation and every person and every family. So I guess the biggest thing that you might not think about, this doesn't affect everybody, but it is going to be health insurance. That was our one giant deciding factor, I think, when we were talking about doing the travel nurse thing and actually going ahead and doing full-time RV, was what were we going to do about health insurance.
Right, that was definitely the biggest factor to consider as far as expense and how do you get insurance outside of your job?
So yeah, because you know I was working for a hospital, had really good decent coverage there. What do you do to replace that? Because we've got some monthly medical expenses that we have to pay. Good news is we found a company that worked with us, and they might be able to work with you. So we're going to give you that information now. Disclaimer, they don't even know we're handing out their information. We're going to put it out there. Don't know what your situation is. So they really did actually. We have coverage just as good as I had at the hospital, pretty much for the same price. So I don't think we've had any big issues with it. And that was really a load off our shoulders.
Right. So this is basically a private broker who has a company who will help search Marketplace and other big companies to find the best coverage for you at the best price for you, and for whatever type of traveler you are.
Whatever type of situation you are. So we'll put that up there. It is the Healthy Insurance Dude. He's got some really goofy commercials. I actually saw it on Facebook, clicked it.
But they really are amazing.
But it really turned out amazing. It's a great group, and they were able to help us. So we're going to put that information down in the description below. That's a big one. What do you do with health care if you're going to go full-time RV and travel? Because you have to have health insurance.
So they not only help us with our health insurance, but they also help us with finding better prescription prices.
That's the...
So
that's going to lead into another, issue. If prescriptions, what do you do with prescriptions? Well, we transferred everything ours over to a large chain pharmacy that is pretty much everywhere you go. So you can kind of go in, give them your name and birthday, and they can look everything up. We've had a few little snags about sending prescriptions back and forth across state lines or whatever, but nothing major. They've always been able to take care of it and get it handled for us.
So my advice to you is to take the prescription bottle in with you to the new pharmacy that you're going to be using or picking that prescription up at. It makes their life and yours a whole lot easier.
So another obstacle that you may have from time to time is your plans might change and you might not have too much to say about it.
And that can vary widely as to what kind of plans change.
Yeah, absolutely. For us, so we were planning on being here for longer than we have been. Our secondary plan was that we were going to move to a different park that suited us or was more our style for the rest of my contract. Then actually I'm going to be changing contracts completely. So we're going to be, 3.5, 4 hours away. Well, we had already paid for this other place and couldn't get our money back. So we have to go over there and stay a week before we move on. So essentially we're going to be taking the RV over there today. I'll be working a couple of days, and then we're actually driving home to Georgia for the week. And then we'll come back up, pick the RV up, and head to somewhere else. But you've got to be able to adapt and be willing to change plans, because nothing is always going to go the way you intended. I promise you that. Sometimes you just have to kind of roll with the punches and go with what's given to you.
Absolutely.
Or either we could have moved on down the road to where we're going to end up, but we would have had to eat the $400 or $500 that we had already put down on the other place, and we decided not to do that. So
so and going with that is sometimes the place that you are expected to stay is not what you expected it to be. So when you arrive and you decide, oh hey, we need to move. Or it's not as centrally located or the type of place that you're accustomed to staying at.
Right. Because it's hard to know just by looking at, do all the research you can do, look at all the reviews you can do.
YouTube, Facebook, Google Maps.
Just know that when you're looking at spots, specifically parks that allow monthly stays, they vary widely in quality and how they upkeep things.
Space that is available to you, amenities that are available to you.
So do all the research you can do, but sometimes that's just not enough, and you're going to show up and be like, oh Lord. So you tough it out for 3-4 weeks and then you move on somewhere else. So that's what we're doing. Plans are going to change, and you just have to be able to adapt and overcome and roll with the punches. If you're someone who has to have everything planned out 100% and always go by plan, then this is not for you.
So make sure that you like and subscribe.
That's right. Hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, notification bell so you don't miss anything when we put out a new video, because we're watching you.
Also, if you're looking for some plans for this fall coming up in October, we have our Hootenanny in Savannah, Georgia. So check out our website at homeonthehitch.com if you're interested in joining us and some other friends to hang out for a fun
all the
camping
information's
trip.
up there, how to get tickets and reserve your site down in Savannah. So make sure you check us out down there at the Hootenanny.
And if you're watching this after October,
Too bad.
Sorry.
There'll be another one, and it was great. Maintenance.
Ooh, maintenance for you and
yes,
the RV and your
maintenance is broad.
vehicle.
So we'll start with the RV. You're going to have to keep up with your RV maintenance, or you won't be going much of anywhere. Things are going to break. Things are going to break on your vehicle, your tow vehicle, or if it's a drivable RV, they're going to break. You've got to be prepared for that. You're going to break down sometimes. Check out our video from Tupelo, stranded in Tupelo. It's going to happen. You just got to be prepared for it, and you just got to roll with the punches on that as well, and know that that's really kind of an unknown obstacle at times that you're going to have to deal with. I do a lot of preventative maintenance in the hopes that we don't have a lot of that to deal with, but that is something that you have to look forward to. I don't care. It may take a year, it might take 5, but something's going to happen.
And you have to consider what your regular maintenance on the road, such as your oil changes, tire rotation,
all that stuff.
Sort of thing. Excessive bug bites.
Yeah, medical insurance
needs
for mosquito bites. Absolutely, for maintenance of yourself. So
right. Oh, well, maintenance for yourself. Okay, hair appointments. People need haircuts. We're lucky. I'm a hairdresser, so Thomas doesn't ever have to worry about where he's going to get his next haircut. Me, I travel home every so often to get my hair colored and, things that I can't.
I offer to do it.
Well, I do my own hair on the road, but, it's nice to have someone else do it every now and then.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I pull the hair through the little holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that.
So, as you've seen, we have been grooming our dog on the road ourselves.
Yeah, we shaved that dog right on down.
So these are all maintenance things that you have to consider.
Yep.
Laundry, you're changing out your clothes for the seasons. Are you going to just carry everything with you?
Yeah, and then that's a lot.
That's a lot. Well, we also will take things that we don't necessarily want to wear anymore and donate them to the local charity shops, such as the Goodwill or the thrift store.
True.
You can, purchase new clothes on the road also, but again, that can be expensive.
That is true.
So you have to think about your seasonal maintenance.
Right. Last one we're going to cover in this video, and that really surrounds this time right now, this being late 2022, is reservations. If you're full-timing and you're going to be going spot to spot for a month or two at a time, or even if you're just looking for reservations for a week or two, it's been very difficult to find decent reservations at a decent price.
Absolutely. And plus, later in the year, you have the holidays to consider also. A lot of people like to go out of town, or maybe you're going into town to visit your family and you want to stay somewhere nearby, so you need to make sure that you account for that.
So what do you use for those? We use
RV Trip Wizard.
RV Trip Wizard is a great place to look up parks, and you can find all kinds of stuff there.
Passport America.
Passport America. We use Passport America a lot to look up parks. Another app that we've been using lately to kind of find some spots, and it's really cool because you can put in your dates and the area you're going to, and it will show you parks within a certain radius or mileages away from it that have available reservation, and that is Camp Spot. So you can download that on your respective app store. Camp Spot, we've used that a good bit. And there's always the good old Google. Google it.
Google Maps.
Google it. You may have to do a lot of research and a lot of time on the telephone to find what you're looking for, but if you'll be patient, you'll find it. Just try not to get discouraged, because there's a lot of people making a lot of reservations. And if places are full, make sure you call them back as you get closer to the reservation time, because people will cancel. Some people will make reservations for a month somewhere because it's cheaper to stay there like that. They may only want to go and stay for 2 weeks, but the rate is cheaper for a month than it is for 2 weeks. So they'll go and stay for 2 weeks and leave. But that site is still technically reserved. So if you look at it on the computer, it doesn't show up. So give them a buzz and find out if they actually have any open spots. That's a big one.
That is a big one. So a lot of campgrounds will say that they're full, and then when you get there, then they're not.
Snakes everywhere.
So that's typically what has happened.
Where'd Mel go? Where the hell she at? Oh,
Oh,
there she-
hi.
No.
That was so bad.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't, because we're really cool. And we do a lot of great videos. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Hit that notification bell.
Leave us a comment.
Yeah, please. We'd love to talk to you. So until next time, guys, take care of each other.
Love each other.
Make every moment count. See you next time, guys.
Bye.